July 14, 2025. Time is 10:06 p.m. a.m. Correction. I'm here with Clay Connor, his attorney Jim Durham, as well as Christopher George, who's available via Teams, as well as Ava Smith. I also have our analyst, GBI analyst in-house. GBI analyst Lakita Lee here. She's just on the keys as far as assisting us with this Proffer arrangement here. All right.
I'll just say for the record that this interview is being conducted by a Proffer agreement signed by myself, Mr. Connor, as well as Mr. George.
All right. Christopher, did you want me to begin as far as any question and anything like of that nature, or did you want to start us off here at all?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's frozen.
I don't know that he can. Chris, are you there? No, he's frozen.
Let me try leaving and coming back then. Oh goodness, please don't let this be a sign of how this is gonna go. Okay, I guess we lost each other. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I'll go ahead and begin if everything's working correctly here. So right now we've been able to total up, and I have it up on our screen here on our end, Chris. I'm sure you told me that you've obtained the case file as well weeks ago. I also have it a tablet, so if you want to look through it there. So there's just some discrepancies with some amounts that were written on the invoices. I have hard copies of those as well as digital ones. We're welcome to go through each one, recalculate, do whatever you're comfortable with. But to kind of start, Clay, if you're comfortable kind of walking us through the process as far as how you total up these amounts, exactly how you reach these figures.
Any given day, the trucks go on this job here, the trucks went to the county yard where they received a radio from the county. Ticket, each truck has a truck ticket, the truck number on it, the amount of loads he hauled that day. At the end of the day, the county, wherever they finished the job at, whatever road it was, somebody with the county would sign the ticket. They get a copy of the ticket. My driver gets a copy of the ticket. They bring the ticket back to the yard, fill up with fuel, put the ticket in a box. It's the same process every day. I either go and do my paperwork that afternoon after all the trucks are home, or first thing the next morning. Most of the time, first thing the next morning is before the trucks leave. We tally up the hours. At the end of the week, usually on Monday or Tuesday of the following week, we'll send the invoice in to the on this job to the county, or for some other job we send it to whoever we're working for. But they have copies of the tickets as well as I do.
Mm-hmm. So how long have you been working with Bullitt County as far as doing construction duties?
2015 or 16. I could get those records for you if I needed. It was the first time we worked for them.
Okay. As far as the process, as far as I guess sending trucks out and recording the hours and the loads and stuff like that, and totaling up the hours from that, has that been the same kind of practice as far as your longevity, as far as working with?
Every job we do, especially ones with contracts, or we the start time and finish time, and right. You get paid for the time you're there. If something happens, if the equipment breaks down, we get an 8-hour minimum.
Okay, gotcha.
With that.
And that's the standard industry norm.
Standard.
Okay.
Equipment breaks down or the job runs short. That's just That's kind of what everybody gets.
Okay. So as far as calculating the hours, once all the tickets from all your drivers are turned in, how is that done?
Pen and paper is how I do it.
Mhm.
I mean, that's how we always done it.
Okay. Is it just you that performs this task as far as calculations?
90% of the time,
Okay.
that is.
Okay. So once you have the numbers totaled up, what's done with them from then? I'm assuming it's sent off to whoever you're contracted with as far as payment.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know I'm asking here, so maybe you do, maybe you don't. Do you know as far as what they do, as far as those numbers? Do they double back? Do they?
They double back and look at the tickets that they have from me.
Okay. So all the tickets are sent off for them to do their own work and things of that
Everybody
nature.
has the people we work for have a copy of the tickets, and we have a copy of the tickets.
So they're totaled up to the best of your ability. You believe those numbers to be confirmed and and forthright and things of that nature, and then payment is sent from there. Has there ever been any disputes?
There's several times that I've been long on some and short on some, and I get an email and say, hey, you should have charged this.
Is that in general, or does that relate to Bullitt County in terms of
No, this
reconciling?
This is just in general. Bullitt County, that they question one.
Just one in the past, okay. And then you're notified of it, changes are made, and then I'm assuming another invoice is sent with the correct time or time or amounts.
Sometimes it's just agreed. Hey, this is what's right, and I'm gonna pay you that. It's okay.
And on the other end of the spectrum, as far as payment, do you ever not get the full payment that you feel that you're owed, as far as Bullitt County is concerned? It has to be specific.
No, sir.
Okay. There's never been an instance in which you've sent an invoice for a certain amount and then you were shortchanged to your knowledge, or you received more than you listed.
More or less.
Well,
Not that I can recall.
okay.
I mean,
Are you familiar with Dean Butler, Director of Public Works for Bullitt County? How long have you been familiar with him?
2015 or 16, the first time we done some work for him, and then, we don't talk on a daily basis up until I reckon August of this year.
Gotcha.
Trying to,
So you only know him on a professional standpoint?
we don't hang out.
Okay.
That's it.
So since you only know him in a professional capacity, your hope is that he's doing honest work on his end as far as payment and receiving invoices and things of that nature.
Yes, sir.
Okay. To be assumed.
mean-
Okay. So as far as when this, I guess you call the allegation regarding public works and invoices that you submitted and things of that nature, how do you think those arose? These questions as far as work that you do for the county?
How this started?
Yeah.
Your understanding. Without getting angry.
They didn't like how my brother voted, and it's one commissioner in the Bullitt County Coalition started all this, and it was a way to get at me.
Your brother
to get at my brother.
Your brother being Toby Connor, one of the
Yes, sir.
county commissioners. Can you be a little bit more specific as far as how he voted or something like what vote is that?
He didn't give Ray Davis what he wanted.
Ray Davis, one of the
County
other
commissioner.
commissioners. Okay. So, and just correct me if I'm wrong, am I correct in assuming that because of issues between your brother and a fellow constituent, Ray Davis, you believe that you might be targeted, your business, as a means to...
All this started, they called and wanted me to put magnets on the leased trucks that I had leased at the time that were working for the county. And I lease some days 2, some days 15 dump trucks, long trucks, and I never have a question ever to put a magnet with my name on the side of their truck that we had leased. That started, I got the magnets made, and I sent a picture of them to Ray Davis, because I've known him my whole life. Sent a picture of them to him, and he sent me a text back that said, somebody brought it to my attention, so I asked about it. I've got bigger fish to fry than that. that was the text message.
Understood. Okay. So regarding the practice of the invoices here, you don't believe that to be the actual purpose as for why your business is being held in this?
I think they realized they paid me over $500,000 and it was ongoing and nobody knew the extent of all this work was going on. I didn't know that it was going to do all this. As far as the amount of work that was there, but I mean, I'm in that business and I live in this county. I always lived in this county, and I mean, if I'm gonna take the business if they give it to me.
Right. Yeah.
But as far as I didn't do nothing wrong. I haven't stole from this county.
Right. And just because of your relation to, I mean, your brother's just a county commissioner. I mean, you aren't given certain advantages, or and also you shouldn't be treated unfairly. Or things
I worked with the county before my brother was a commissioner. They called me 2 or 3 days before this storm, the first storm come through, and asked about hauling some rock, because ever since 2020 there's been a shortage of rock around this part, the rail system. With all the construction going on, there's been a shortage of rock, and I have the equipment to haul rock with leasing trucks and my own trucks to put a bulk number of rock on the yard, bulk tons, and like I said, I had the equipment to do it, and me and Jay Darso, nobody else would take it, and we stepped up and done it.
Are you still under contract with Will County? Are you still hauling?
I never was a contract.
Okay. Oh.
They called and asked me about it, and
Well, there was no written contract, correct?
yes, sir. No written contract.
In my understanding, the bidding procedures, it's actually in Bullitt County's policy. I learned that they can be somewhat forgone, and then they can still be voted on as far as availability of people able to do the work and things of that nature.
Yes,
So, and that occurred in this instance. So, so regarding the invoice amounts, can you scroll down real quick? You mentioned that several $1,000s and the hundreds of thousands of dollars have been paid out all the way down to as far as the full total. It's actually not on your screen. We got just under $5,000 as far as a surplus amount. Thank you. Let me get the actual total correct here. All right. You see the total here?
Yes, sir.
This is after calculating with the 30 plus invoices that we got. The original one in August when they started, all the way to the point of which this investigation began in March. Okay. And as you see, there's losses here, and there's also surplus amounts as far as invoices and the differences that we calculated here at the office of all 30-something invoices, okay?
Yes.
The final total here, just to show you both, $4,964.25 here. Of course, over the, you mentioned there's several hundreds of thousands, and that's the same total.
500 or something.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. And for there to be just under $5,000 in summation of surplus amounts. I'll just ask you clearly, was there any intent to steal or to?
No, sir.
Okay. As far as there's any intention on masking, is actual work done and calculating different totals or anything like that and sending those invoices? Okay.
No, sir.
Okay.
We do it honest.
So as far as calculations, if our calculations correct, and we can go through them all together if you like and retotal them, but we're pretty solid on the numbers that we got.
I went back and done the math on it.
Yeah, as far as the losses that you sustained, you see here, what date was this? The invoice back in December 2024, you took a loss of $2,756.25. Are you able to explain how that might have occurred?
What's that date?
The invoice states that.
I must have misfigured.
I have, excuse me. I read the wrong date. February 17, 2025. And you can actually look at this one here. Are you seeing something different on your worksheet, Mr. Durham?
No,
Okay.
we've gone through that, have we not?
We have.
Just explain what why the difference here and what you billed and what they paid.
That job there, if I'm not looking at the paper, this is off the top of my head.
And we can pull up the invoice if you need.
I'm
Okay.
almost positive this is what this was. I sent an invoice in and I didn't put one of the days on my paper. I write everything on the yellow pad every day. I didn't put that on my paper. One of the days there was 4 lease trucks. I'm pretty sure it was Grimes Trucking. It was 4 lease trucks. I didn't put that on my day.
Right.
On that day,
Okay.
I sent the invoice, or my wife might have sent the invoice, but I went back and revised that invoice and put those in there. And they called me and said, "Hey, we already cut the check and mailed it." And I said, "Okay, don't worry about it. I'll just add it to next week's invoice."
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
And that's what we done.
And that's understood between you and who are you speaking with and who's authorizing it?
The lady up at I can't remember her name.
Someone affiliated with Bullitt County?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
gotcha.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I guess in the same respect, I'll ask you about certain surpluses here. Just to read off this amount, let me follow along so I have it correct here. And February 24th, that invoice of 2025, there's a surplus amount of $2,598. There's also a surplus amount in the date I was referring to earlier, December 10th of 2024, $3,701.25. What is your understanding as far as how those amounts?
Say those 2 dates again.
Go back. I have December 10th, 2024. And then I have February 24th, 2025. Seeing that on your copies?
And February,
24th, 2025.
I mean, without me sitting here looking at them, but that substantial amount is probably some unused guarantee on there with 8-hour minimums.
Okay, gotcha.
what does that mean?
The 8-hour minimum thing, every job we do in the dump truck industry in this area, I don't know about anywhere, but in this area, if you're on time and do not leave early, and there's no weather involved, rain, gets too cold to pave, whatever, you're guaranteed 8 hours. In most cases, you're guaranteed 8 hours and an hour ride time, so you're guaranteed 9 hours. If the company you're working for's equipment breaks down, get done with a job early, it don't matter if you work 2 hours, you get paid for 8. That's the only way to do it, to assure that you can pay your driver, make it worth his time coming in, and make it that they can't come in there and say, "Hey man, I need you all day long. You send a truck over there," and then they don't use you but for 2 hours, and it took you an hour to ride over there.
Right.
So you lost money.
Right.
That's the only way to do that in this industry.
So there's minimums there as well as drive time that's taken into
In some
consideration.
cases, I mean, everything we bid now, we got an hour ride time. Like,
Right.
I mean, we
Well, to be clear, did you charge an hour ride time to Bullitt County with regards to this work?
I did not.
Coming in very, very low. Can you repeat what you were saying, Christopher?
Mr. Connor, are there people in the area who can confirm this is the practice for dump truck use?
I got yes, sir. There's numerous people in there. There's people we work for every day that I've worked that's for Reeves Construction that've done a pile of work in Bullitt County, and they're paying a 8-hour minimum.
How about the pricing?
Is there someone we could call at Reeves?
Call it Reeves. Yes, sir.
Who is it?
To confirm that this is the practice?
Scott Newman, Elmer Miller, Josh Norton.
Thank you.
So Justin, on that particular invoice that you referenced, December the 10th,
Okay. What you got?
it literally stated on the invoice was the minimum 8 hours
8 hours.
charged
Understood.
on that invoice.
Okay. So regarding any discrepancies, whether they be losses or surplus amounts that came after the invoices were submitted and monies paid out by the county, is it possible to say, and I'm not going to put words in your mouth, I just want you to answer, is it just due to possible, just simple miscalculations?
Yes, I mean, I'm human.
But
But I didn't. I mean, I didn't. They ain't paid me no more than what I shouldn't have been paid. I mean, I haven't done nothing wrong here. I sent an invoice to the county, and they paid me.
so with regards to the discrepancies, where the tickets will show like 7 hours, but you charge for 8, that wasn't an accident, correct?
No, sir.
That was
You did that because that's the
Standard practice.
With regards to the smaller amounts that they have listed on here, you've gone back, and there are both instances where you overcalculated and undercalculated, correct?
Yes, sir.
And those were mathematical errors on your part, or whoever, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Or whoever else was helping you prepare the invoices, correct?
That's right.
Okay.
But certainly there wasn't a means to steal or deprive or conceal.
No, sir.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Is there any questions that you have for me, either of you?
No.
Christopher, did you have any more questions at all?
Chris, we're having a hard time
Yeah,
hearing
you're
you.
coming in very low all of a
Sorry,
sudden.
yeah, I don't know why my audio is so low. So we have some people that we could call to discuss the 8-hour.
So you've got one of those smart, dumb laptops. So when you turn your head, it's actually cutting off.
Right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Barely,
Much-
but yes.
That's
Okay.
better.
So, just one question I have, we may not have this information in hand, is how much business did Mr. Connor do with the county before his brother was on the commission, and how much after? That's kind of one thing I'm wondering, but that might be a thing for you and me, Justin, later.
Okay.
I can tell you. I'm sorry, would you?
It's their interview.
The last time Hurricane, I think Matthew, and then there was a big rainstorm. We worked probably for 3 or 4 months with them, 2 and 3 trucks at the time, working with them. Worked for $75 an hour. And have hauled multiple things for the rec department and the schools since then. You know, but nothing. I mean, no, sir. I have not done $500,000 worth of work for them, like we did from August to, I reckon, March or something. Whenever the last time we, you know.
But one thing to clarify, you oftentimes subcontract with Reeves, correct?
We work with Reeves every day.
Okay. And a lot of the work that you do subcontracted for Reeves is for Bullitt County.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the work you've done for Bullitt County, whether or not through Reeves or individually,
Yes.
is what? A bunch since before your brother took office?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And those are those contracts that we provided copies of are Reeves contracts for you doing work with Bullitt County.
For Bullitt County.
Yeah.
But Mr. Connor's not the contracted party with Bullitt County. That'd be Reeves. And Mr. Connor is a subcontractor of Reeves.
Yes, sir.
Is that right? Okay. Mr. Durham, any other...
I think before you froze, you've handed over to me. I've got nothing.
He was still moving, so it's just his end.
There you go.
I'm back.
I think
We can hear you now,
The last
Christopher.
the last thing you
Mr.
said
Durham,
was
do you have
Mr.
any
Durham.
other thoughts?
He's asking if you have any thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Durham has advised he has no further thoughts or
To the
comments.
extent we need to later on, if you guys have questions with regards to particular invoices, we've gone. I think what Clay would say is that he's able to determine whether or not his guys left early because it was 12 hours before when he's doing his daily calculations, and we've gone back and looked at weather and all that stuff, and they do match up with the ones. So, for example, when he didn't bill 8 hours, that was because it was a rain event. That was because one of his guys showed up late, or was on another job and then worked half a day. I think all of those invoices we can walk you guys through those as well.
Understood.
All right?
Well, I do appreciate your time.
Sure.
As I said, as far as the proffer, I'll somehow get it printed out at some point if we ever do get it.
I'll give you. You want to make it?
But yeah, I'll make a copy. I'll sign it and I'll scan it to you so that you have a copy with my signature added to it. Chris, if there's nothing else, I'll end the interview now, and thank you all again for your time.
Appreciate it, man.
And patience with, throughout this entire process.
Thanks,
So.
Chris.
All right, ending the interview now at 10:32 a.m.